Extension Hall.
Okay, so I stepped out of the room when you guys talked to the Forest Service teams. Did you mention that the governor had signed
State of emergency.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great news.
And when we say that, explain why that's good news for Del Norte County, Bill.
It's because whenever you have these things happen, basically they cost a lot of money.
Yes, use a hugger, huh? Okay, you two are gonna go outside. Come on, out back. Out back. Come on, out back. Come on, out back. Go on, outside. 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 Larry, can make a pot of coffee, please.
That's a good thing. So we're kind of pared down right now, and if Team 2.
Larry, can make a pot of coffee. Take and Bub,
Yeah.
she's here. What? You see her?
Coming up to the door.
You got the door?
Howdy.
Hello. Good morning.
You guys managing the smoke okay?
Today's the first day we've been able to open the window without it just smelling like smoke.
It's a little better today, I feel like, but yesterday was horrible.
Yesterday we couldn't even see down past where our truck is.
Really?
Yeah, it was really, really thick yesterday.
Yeah.
So we roasted our butt off in the house.
Oh, yeah, it was warm.
Yeah, and once the house starts warming up, it just,
Yeah.
you gotta put the fan on and open both doors to
Mhm.
keep it cool in here.
A little bit more heat out here in town. So, how you guys been?
Plugging along.
Plugging along?
Waiting to see if we have to go help somebody bug out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boss lives up in Iuchi,
Oh,
so.
yeah, so things are a little uncertain.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's why we've got the trailer out here, and then we've got the Jeep over on the driveway to the back, hooked up with his trailer.
Oh, yeah, 'cause the wind today, they don't know what it's gonna do. Huh?
Well, between that and just the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How close is it to his place now?
Well, between Gasky and Iuchi, which is, as a crow flies, maybe 6 miles.
Yeah, it's hard times. Part of the reason I wasn't at work on Monday is because I was working the shelter, because as the county workers were supposed to go in and work at the shelter, so I did the night shift there, and it was sad, you know, a lot of like older people are there with health issues, and you know,
Yeah.
just all this uncertainty for them, but. Okay, so, do you guys have any questions for me before I get started with all of mine?
Not that I can think of right now.
Did you, ever request visits?
Not yet. I was told that, nothing can be changed on her case until we go back to court.
No, you could still request visits.
Can we?
Yeah.
The question is, who do we contact?
Katie Sanders.
Who?
Katie Sanders. So she's the one I sent your email, or I sent her email to you.
Because we requested visitation before and they said they'd get back to us and never did.
They got back to us once, right before they took that trip.
And that was the foster parents. And it was a few days before they took their vacation. And we haven't heard anything since then.
Okay, yeah, because the last I heard from them was that you guys said that you didn't want visits. So when I talked to you last time,
That
That's
was
not
too-
what we said.
yeah, I know.
No, that's not. We said not at this time,
Mhm.
because they were getting ready to go on a trip. And it was just one more thing that would have upset Tiana.
Yeah, I've heard that sometimes like transitions are hard for her too. Like she does well consistency, knowing what to. Most kids do, of course,
Yeah.
you know. But okay, so yeah, reach out to.
Yeah, we didn't want to put any more stress on her, and we were told that we had to wait until after my daughter and her boyfriend got their stuff settled. And
It was, well, tell them what the foster parents told you. That they didn't know that I was in the home or some garbage
You talked to the foster parents.
once.
and it was
That was
the
when they,
visit that they were wanting to let me have was me only.
Oh,
Yeah,
because they didn't think you were in the.
I don't
guess
know.
not.
Oh.
I have no clue.
I mean, it was a shock to me. And it's like, wait a minute, is this the foster parents that have my granddaughter or some other kid? Because my husband and I have been in this together. I mean, we've been together over 30 years.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if there's just lack of communication or what. But. Okay, so let's talk about, your whole motivation for doing it. Obviously, for your granddaughter. And you guys have been involved in her life since she was born.
Yes.
So like since day one.
Yes. No, day one, we weren't allowed in.
At the hospital.
COVID.
We were not allowed in.
She's a COVID time baby,
But-
huh?
In essence, from day one
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. You
But
still.
because of COVID, we couldn't go in.
We picked him up at the hospital and drove him back to Chris's. It was pouring down rain, and I wasn't going to let him try walking.
Where was she born?
Sutter Coast.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said Christmas. Okay, so and then after she was born, did they come here or no?
No, my daughter would not come here, even though the hospital thought she was coming here.
So then later, did Robin and Tiana move in hit the trailer or no?
No.
So the time that Tiana was actually living with you was like right before she was detained.
Yeah.
Is that the only time? Okay.
Yes.
So, but before that, did you guys regularly have like visits with her? Or?
We had some. We had her out here a few times when they were fighting.
Okay.
And then after work, I'd often stop and see her.
And was that on the house on Harold? Were they there
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
So,
They moved in there right
Not long before time.
3 to 6 months before Tiana was born.
Yeah,
They moved in there.
it wasn't very long before time was born.
okay.
And they were on Harold before, just up the
Further
street
down.
more, or
Okay.
down.
Whichever.
Okay. And then when they did when Child Welfare got involved and they did the safety plan with you, was she with you for like a month or 2 months or how long was that?
Almost 2 months.
Almost
Almost
2
2
months.
months.
Okay, so almost 2 months you were like her primary caretakers, right?
Yes. My daughter stopped by maybe twice for like a day and a half one time, and then she was here for 2 days the other time. And she stayed mainly out in her trailer because Matthews had said that she wasn't allowed to be with Tiana. So Tiana was in the house and Robin was out in her trailer.
Okay.
Robin came in for dinner
Mhm.
and then went back out to her trailer.
So was Robin ever really living in her trailer since Tiana's been born?
No.
No. It's just hers and
Just
so-
hers. Mills were either taken out to her or she would come in for the mill and then go right back out.
But that was only those couple times that she came.
Yeah. She came on like the 21st or 22nd of this month. Beat up again. Chris didn't stop it. Chris isn't the one that kicked her out from what I've been told. But her phone was taken by the girl that beat her up and smashed apparently again.
He says that's what we've been told.
Yeah.
Right.
And Chris didn't do anything about it. And then, since all this started with Chris, I get on the police reports every morning to see if anything's been going on at Harold.
The call logs.
Harold in Washington. And apparently around the 20th of this month, right before Robin came out here, there was a overdose. A 40-year-old OD'd.
Scary.
Corner of Washington and Harold.
So it died, or do you know?
I don't know.
All it says is, all the call log would say would be whether or not, what they got on the call. It wouldn't say whether it was a DOA or.
Yeah.
But that was, wasn't that the night she called us to go get her?
No, I think it was a day or two after. Or before.
My video of her that night was on the 21st.
I don't know then.
So it may have been the day of or the day after that OD at the house.
That general time frame.
Yeah.
So you guys do have concerns, like if Tiana were to go back to her parents'
Oh, yeah.
house?
Yes.
So just
Yes.
like concerns about violence and drug use?
Mainly the drug use, and the violence towards Robin, because I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if she's got Diana in her arms when this stuff happens. Usually we would show up after getting a call from either Chris or Robin saying, come get her, I'm tired of her, or Robin crying and upset, come get me mom, come get me dad. And then we get the story from her about what happened and stuff.
So when Tiana was in her parents' care, were you guys concerned about her?
Yes. Concerned about both.
Both, yeah. With Robin and- Does Robin have any developmental delays or mental illness or?
She was in special class in school, and then when she was in high school, they had her in TPP or TPP.
Some kind of job program anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't know like what her specific diagnosis they gave her was? No.
Yeah.
No, that happened after she started going to classes on a daily basis at Charter.
Okay. So, when I very first met with you, I remember you had said part of the reason you wanted Tiana is because you had lost other grandchildren and you didn't want to lose her to the system, is that right?
Yeah.
So, if,
6 others.
and how long ago was it the other grandkids taken? Do you know?
The last time we saw the oldest 2 was in 2012. Well, we didn't actually see them, but we had to go to court down there, and that's when they lost those 3.
Do you know why they didn't consider you as placement for those grandkids?
We were too far away.
That's what they said.
They wanted them to be placed with somebody down there that was going to be able to have the kids there every week because the parents were doing visitations.
And then they just didn't want to move them when it came to permanency.
When it came to permanency,
They already had them adopted out, basically.
yeah. They told us
They didn't give us a choice.
that we would have to be down there twice a week and possibly on the weekends to visit them. And they could do a 12-hour before cutoff, saying that the visit wasn't going to take place. And that was down in Visalia.
That's 600-mile trip.
Yeah, one way. And so a 12-hour, we would already be down there, or we would be in the middle of traveling down there. And it's like, they had it to where there was nothing we could do. And then when she had the others, they immediately, I guess, went into foster home until Emily, the father ended up getting Emily.
So if you were to get Tiana, and if she needed a permanent plan,
We would take her.
so you guys would be open to like adoption or guardianship?
Guardianship.
Guardianship.
She is still my daughter's daughter, and I'm not going to, if I can do it by just being guardianship, I'll do that. But if we have to adopt her, we'll do that. Because she's still my daughter's daughter.
And Tiana's the only child that you're interested in taking, correct? You're not looking to take other kids from the foster care system?
Not at this time, no.
Not at this time. Right now, we're just doing this for our granddaughter.
And in general, how do you feel about Tiana visiting with her biological parents?
That's fine with us.
You're supportive of it?
As long as it's not right next to the pot shop and on a private piece of property that somebody set up as a playground.
Where's that?
Right behind, used to be Alyssa's Coffee.
Oh, is that where the visits were?
That's where Chris
it
wanted to go
be.
visit.
Oh,
And when we wouldn't do it, all of a sudden, 3 days later, we were told that we were going back to court and Diana was going to get taken away. And it's like, because we wouldn't go to a pot shop with her. I didn't even get my medication. My husband went and got my medication. Because I will not take my granddaughter to a pot shop.
Yeah, it's not really a place for kids. So.
No. And that park back there, a bunch of people that go to the pot shop go over there and sit and smoke.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know there was a park there.
It's a
Or somebody
private
set
piece
up
of
some kind
property.
of playground
Oh.
back there with, backyard type, kids' toys.
Okay, so you're really not even necessarily allowed to go back. It's a private.
Not
As
It's
far
a
as I know,
private
it's
piece of
private
property.
property.
Yeah, so just like you want to go to your neighbor's yard and go playing on their
Yeah.
places.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's just not right. And when I tried explaining that to him, he just stopped talking to me. Because it was not an appropriate venue for a visit.
So, let's talk about your guys' like parenting style. So you have 3 kids?
3.
And who's the oldest?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. And she's the one who lost all of the children. And do you guys still communicate with her?
I haven't heard from her.
I do communicate with her from time to time.
And how old
She
is
doesn't seem to want to call her mom.
Because Mommy can tell by her voice if she's fibbing.
How old is she now?
30. She was born in 1980,
1989.
Okay. I'll just write down that. And then, does she still live in Visalia?
As far as I know.
And so she has 6 children, but none of them are in her care. And as far as you know, does she have an issue with substance abuse still? Or?
She's got some major substance abuses as far as I know.
When did she move away?
She ran away when she was
2005 was the last time we went to court here in Delmar County.
What was court for?
for her to get off, to basically get out of, I don't know what you'd call it. She'd been put in some kind of group home down in the Visalia area, either Visalia or Fresno, somewhere in that area anyway. Because basically she was just flat running away, causing problems. We ended up having to give her up to the court because we couldn't handle her, because nobody wanted to help us. We begged for fucking help.
Yes, we did.
So she was in juvenile probation then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, they ended up putting her in a group home down there. She walked off, ended up getting back up here. They cut her loose after she was 18. She went back down there, and that was it.
Oh, so she went back down to where her group home was. So
Well, she went down to her boyfriend that she had down there.
oh, so that's right. Okay. So she's been down there for a long time.
Yes.
She walked away from the group home and never went back.
Okay. And then, so how has that impacted you, like not having contact with your oldest daughter?
I deal with it.
Do you guys?
It's hard, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
We were court-ordered visits with our grandchildren, but nobody ever told us who to contact. Nobody gave us a phone number. Nobody gave us nothing.
And so you
On top of telling us that
They were being
they could
put-
cut it off 12 hours before.
So you just kind of feel kind of helpless in that situation, huh? Like nothing.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give you any information, and you can't get anybody to talk,
And you don't really know who.
and you don't know who to contact.
it's not like they were with other family members or anything. They
No.
just gave them non-related. And Rebecca, did she have any like mental health diagnosis or disabilities, or was it just
No.
it was just behavioral issues?
Behavior. She had no problems in school. In fact, in some ways she was smarter than the teacher, which got her in trouble.
Okay, well, and since we're talking about your kids, let's just go. Who's next in the birth order?
Larry,
Is it Larry?
yes.
And has Larry always lived with you?
Yes.
Yeah, he's ADD, HD, all about,
Partially autistic.
yeah, autistic.
And does he get
He's on SSI.
Does he get services from the regional side?
No.
Is there a reason?
Most of the stuff that the regional center has to offer, we're already doing.
So you don't really feel like the services would be beneficial?
No.
Was he ever? Like, did he ever receive services when he was younger or anything?
He received services through the school. He was on home.
Hi, Grace.
He was in the special ed class all day.
Yes, it's Grace.
They were trying to transition him before we took them all out of school and put him on homeschool, because I was not happy that my son was going into the 5th grade and could not read.
But now can you read?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And have
That's
you?
one thing about a lot of the video games. They gotta read.
That motivates him.
Yes.
And have you ever had any like behavioral concerns with Larry?
When he was younger, he would throw fits, and they could get bad. Now I know how to see it coming and avoid it and let him calm down. Nothing real major that we had to call cops or anybody for. He's great with Tiana.
Okay. And then
Pity anybody that hurts her.
Yeah. Anybody that goes after his niece isn't gonna like it.
so Robin's your baby. She's the youngest.
Yeah.
And how old is she? Or
She
what
was
year is
born
she?
in 93.
Okay. So all the kids are pretty close together for the birth order.
Yeah.
And has Robin always lived locally?
Robin, yeah.
Well, she did live in Sacramento for a short time,
Yeah. Couple weeks.
Okay. So mostly left.
and I ended up. She seemed to have a not very good choice of men. She
really?
met somebody online,
Yeah.
went to live with them, and I ended up having to make a flying trip to Sacramento to get her.
So she's got a bad picker. Yeah. And how long has she been with Chris?
Since
2.5, 3 years.
Okay.
longer than that. Tiana's almost 2.
Yeah.
Plus
so
a year before that.
almost. So about 4 years.
4 or 5 years.
Okay. And then with her growing up, were there any like behavioral problems or medical issues or?
Not really.
No.
Okay. Just the bad picker. Just the constant one. So and it may be different how you guys parent your grandchild from how you parented your kids, you know, because sometimes we learn or we evolve or whatever. But how would you guys describe like your parenting style like now, like how you interact with kids, like what are some
Well, didn't so much have to do with the way we interacted with our kids, because we spent as much time as we could with them and
so involved?
involved them in
Yeah.
the things we were doing.
And even the homeschool teacher was really surprised that we were involved with what was going on.
Did you homeschool all the kids?
Yes.
At least partially for all of them.
At one point.
A lot of Becca's acting out and such didn't really start until she went to high school.
So hard to
She decided she wanted to go to the high school.
Instead of being on homeschool. My neighbor at the time talked her into it.
So thanks, neighbor.
Yeah, because we also think that her daughter is also the one that got Becca started on the drugs.
So, so you like to be involved, hands-on with parenting. I imagine with that you like to teach them like life skills, things like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they all
They all know how to cook.
clean, pay their bills. Whether or not they do is another story.
But at least you taught
They
them,
were
huh?
taught.
And then what about discipline methods? What do you guys use for that?
For the most part, yes, because with the foster parenting, we can't lay hands on them, so we can't swat them. But we can still do timeouts and talk to them, and
So communication.
a lot of it has to be communication anyway.
But if I see my granddaughter reaching for something dangerous and she won't stop, I'm gonna swat her little hand back.
So,
Yeah, that's, like reaching for a stove or pot handle when something's on the